Good morning, YouTube. I wanted to do a short review of this Purl Scientific. This is their 1.75 millimeter ABS 3D printer filament, and I picked up 2 spools of this about a month ago, and I just finished up the first spool. Overall, it's printed pretty well. I went through the whole spool. I've got that much left. My filament tracking spreadsheet said I printed 1,169 grams worth of filament, and that was all that was left. Yeah, and it's printed quite well. I printed the 3D benchy model. There was a little bit of, you can see a little bit of, on the overhang there, some marks. Yeah, all the detail around the doors and windows came out pretty good. Let's see, I printed this at 240. I might actually try, maybe I should try raising the temperature a bit. But yeah, it printed pretty well. I printed with a brim. You can see that came out, I think it came out pretty good. And some of the parts I've been printing, my regular parts, these are some spacers I make. So that was the bottom layer. There's a fillet on the bottom of the part, so I guess as it comes around there, might need to work on the overhang a little bit, but yeah, I mean, pretty acceptable parts. The only one I had trouble with, I printed this part just at the end, and I forgot to put the brim on there, and the part broke loose, and then the supports didn't line up. But then once it finished, it actually finished okay. But other than that, the whole spool printed start to end. And I think the diameter was pretty consistent. I didn't have any jams. 175. That was the same measurement I got at the beginning of the spool. I'm just getting ready to put this second one on. And there's the way it's packed. Nice vacuum pack. Got a thing of desiccant in there. Pretty well sealed up. So one thing I wanted to do is I want to get this out of here, and then I want to see how accurate my filament tracking is. So what I want to do is measure the weight of this empty spool. I'll measure the weight of the full spool, and we'll see how much filament is actually on there. Okay, so the weight of the empty spool is about 8.6 ounces. My scale only reads ounces, so that is the weight that it read. The full spool, 42.6 ounces. And if you take the difference, that's 34. And that works out to 0.963 kilograms, so 960 grams. So pretty close to 1 kilogram. Now what I'll do is see what my spreadsheet says when this spool runs out. So maybe I'll do an update video at that point. But yeah, these are pretty economical. I think they were between $19 and $20 on Amazon, including shipping, and it's worked just fine. All the prints came out. Yeah, I might try bumping my temperature up. I was using the PrintRite or Kaleido filament before, and I'd set up the 240, and I think it was rated 220 to 250, so I found the 240 was pretty good. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'm going to load this up in the printer. I got to print some more parts today. I'm going to try bumping the temperature up to 250, and we'll see how that works. Yeah, diameter is consistent, the color is consistent. I ran this whole spool through start to finish. No jams, no tangles on the loose filament, and that was all I had left, which is 3/10 of an ounce. So I had about 10 grams of filament left. Couple of wraps there, 2, 4, yeah, about 10 wraps. So I guess every wrap around the inside of the spool is about a gram. That's one thing I'm trying to work on, is trying to estimate when you get down to where you can see the middle of the spool how much filament is left, so that I can pick a part that tries to maximize the use. I got down to that much, so not a lot of waste, you know, 10 grams out of a kilogram, so I got 99% yield out of that spool, which is not too bad. So I'll put a link where I picked that up off of Amazon, put a link in the video description if you want to check that out. But yeah, definitely a good filament and under $20 a kilogram. So yeah, if you have any questions about this, post up in the comment section below, or if you've had any experience with that filament, any problems, or what your print settings are. I'll try bumping up to 250, and then I got to remember, turn on the brim for this part, because this part has supports. Just to show you what one of those is supposed to look like. Here's a successful print on that part. You get the supports all break off, and then you're left with the little raised part on one side and a little recess on the other. Top was okay, but the bottom just didn't quite print right there. I will get this spool loaded up and we'll start printing again. Yeah, I'll do an update, see what kind of filament weight calculation I get off of Cura. Stay tuned to the channel for that next video. You can subscribe for updates, and as always, thanks for watching.